G'day Bulldogs fans, all things Bulldogs. So just wanted to do a little video on the potential signing of Stephen Crichton and my thoughts on it, and just also some stuff to look out for in the performances of our fullback or fullbacks in 2023 to sort of give us an indication on how they're going and whether they're up to it. So Stephen Crichton, well, he doesn't have a lot of fans in Canterbury. There's quite a few Canterbury supporters which are voicing their concern at the money that this guy will be paid as an unproven fullback. He has filled in with a side stacked with stars and teammates, and you know, he's a very, very good centre, and he's one of those overrated, underrated players. Like, it's hard to know if he's overrated or underrated. It's depends on who you speak to. Obviously plays Origin, but you know, yeah, he has a lot of detractors, as do a lot of Penrith players, it seems. The guy is deceptively quick. He actually has a very high top speed, but not the acceleration off the mark isn't that good. Very calm under pressure. Now, he's made some of the biggest plays in the game. 2 intercepts. One gets Samoa into the World Cup final. Another one basically off Cody Walker's pass to essentially win the grand final against Souths. Was okay in Origin. Nothing spectacular. Other players potentially, like the Fox, could have been picked. If you ask the Bulldog supporters especially, and old Storm supporters would agree. But yeah, Crichton, I think I'm starting to warm to him a little bit. I think I've really liked his demeanour and how calm he is under pressure. To me, that's very, very important in today's game, and he's got big match experience for a very young guy, and my only issue is how much we're going to have to pay to get him, and what my real wish is that Averillo or Kiraz or even Casey develop this year. Now, what I wanted to do is just draw attention for those who may not be aware. I'm sure a lot of people, I'm just telling them how to suck eggs here, but the best fullbacks at the moment, I believe, are Dylan Edwards and James Teddesco, with the way they help their forward packs, the way they help yardage. Teddesco, obviously, his ball playing ability as well, but they set the standard. You'll notice on the 4th tackle coming out of yardage, Teddesco and Edwards will probably have 4 or 5 runs a game, maybe more, depending on how much of under siege their forward pack is, or how the meters are going. And what it does is they use their leg speed to get those extra meters and get a quick play of the ball, because they can generally break through that line a little bit, land on their front, play the ball quickly, and allow their hooker to get a quick pass away to their halfback, which in turn enables a nice attacking kick and good field position at the end of it. And that's pretty much the recipe. So when watching the Jacob Averillos, now the Bulldogs are starting to implement this into their game. Dylan Edwards put on a masterclass, and Matt Duffy had a shocker in 2022 in the first game they played, Bulldogs versus Penrith. After that, what happened was Matt Duffy started doing that. He did it 2 or 3 times in the next game, got his meters up a bit, helped out with some, played a much better game. Jake Averillo has started to do that into his game. But not enough. So after the pre-season, if we're struggling with yardage, what we want to, or even off a sort of mediocre set, we want to see Jake Averillo get in there and do what the likes of Dylan Edwards and Teddesco do to help with that yardage. And that's the sort of stuff we want to see from our fullbacks. So they're the things to look at when sort of trying to find out how the likes of Averillo or Kiraz or whoever is in that position are travelling. Now, if they can do that effectively, plus pop up and, you know, and get their defence right and marshal the defence on our line, and, you know, and get occasionally, you know, do some good ball work and that sort of stuff. That's where we need to see our kids develop. I think the best thing that could happen for the Bulldogs if we are chasing Stephen Crichton is for Dylan Edwards to get injured and for Crichton to play fullback for the Panthers in 2023 for most of the season or something, so we can see actually how he does go in that position before we spend the money that he's going to need to become a Bulldog. Anyway, guys, that's just my thoughts on it. Just some areas to watch out for. How do our young guys help with that yardage on that fourth tackle, especially to set us up for a quick play of the ball so Burton can put up his big bombs, or Kyle can do in a good kick and get some good yardage out of it and good field position. That's something to keep an eye on. And then also Stephen Crichton, just to keep an eye on him and his progress, because it really does look like he is a player that the Dogs are making a priority to sign, and it's sort of a no-brainer. It's also almost assumed out there that we'll be chasing him, but hopefully we can save some money and give that opportunity to a young guy on our side, and that they show this year that they can start to develop and do those things. You'll notice Sawali started doing that for Samoa. He's got better and better at it, and his yardage and collision is really, really good for that type of play, and that really helped the likes of Lawby and their little halfback Milford to get off some much better kicking and that sort of stuff. So that seems to be the blueprint, and that's what we need to look out for. Anyway, guys, just sharing my what I'm picking up, what I'm learning from the games and that sort of stuff. Like to hear anyone else's thoughts, but obviously the toughest position they believe is the fullback position, so it's very, very important. All right, guys, thank you very much.